Hey there, welcome back. We're getting ready to start the second raid day, which happens to also be the second day, August 12th, of this game. So far so good. Nobody's sent in any rules corrections or anything yet. It hasn't been very long since the last time I recorded. I think the gist of this, hopefully everybody's gotten it. We score points by shooting down planes. The planes do start to get replaced and replenished, but at some point the Germans, once they run out of their reinforcements, they start to go into what's called depletion points, and I think that's when you really start to score some points against them, but that's not the case yet. We had one lucky run where we took out 3 and the heavy loss, but they got repaired to light loss, which by the next raid they will all be back. But we want to see more of this. That's basically the biggest thing we learned. We're sitting at minus 15 points, which a very significant portion of that was because I wanted to add 2 more planes, 2 reinforcement planes to our arsenal. Whether or not that was smart of me to do, I have no idea. I mean, right now, of course, I think it's brilliant. So let's just go and roll with that. The basic gist of the game is there's some day prep phase where we're going to roll for weather and things like that. But really, for every raid, we figure out the priority of the raid, the detection of the raid, and based on the detection, we get to assign planes to it. That's basically the gist of it. The planes do add value, and basically you want to get a high value number because that gives you a higher chance of scoring points. So I think one of our lessons learned is just sending 1 or 2 planes at something doesn't necessarily add value. You might as well just let them do their bombing and take your loss of points. So there's a little bit of that going on. The radar sites are valuable. What else? The intelligence level that you get sort of gets better as the number goes higher, but it doesn't always. It's very interesting. And then the warning level even, it does sort of get better. It's not a linear thing. Let's just put it that way. But the higher the value, usually the better you are. Okay, so we're getting ready to go. We are in the day phase, which doesn't happen very often. This is only the second time, in fact. So let's use this for our basis. We did the repair. We actually did that before we logged off last time. We have to do time of day, and so this is a simple card draw. So we draw, and you can see that the time advance is 1 with no AW, and that might actually hurt us. So let's find out. So the time advance is 1, which means we actually go to 800. Sorry for the lack of zoom there. So it always starts at 600. If the time advance was 0, it would stay there. It moves up 1 to 0800. Okay, so immediately, before we can even continue, we got to flip back to the rule book. So let's do that. I have to lift this up. If the time advance result on the event card you drew in step 2 of this phase reads no W, we skip the advance warning step. So the advance warning step is where I would take that card on top, the Luftwaffe 3, and I would draw it and put it over here. I don't reveal it, but I at least see this side of the card underneath. I'm not going to get to do that. So that stinks, but that's how a cookie crumbles. All right, and then let's do weather. I rolled a 2. 2 is clear for Luftwaffe 2 and patchy clouds for Luftwaffe 3. So it is a clear over here and it's patchy clouds over there. Next we do squadron patrol assignment. Oh yeah. That's done during the daily prep. I didn't even realize that. It's done right now. Okay, so what squadrons are we going to put on patrol as part of the daily prep? I thought for sure. Oh yeah, during airfield operations, you can go on patrol with that as well. So, okay, so Luftwaffe 3, which is over here. So I'm going to go ahead and patrol everything. I don't really see all that much harm. And then over here, I am a little concerned. I'm not going to patrol anything over here. I'm just going to do that section over there. And that's it. So let's go ahead and determine our raid. So we have to reveal this card for the advanced warning section. And just so you can see, Luftwaffe 3 is the next one as well. So very interesting there. Sorry, just organizing my discard pile. So here we go. This is our Luftwaffe 3, and we have polling, which is 1/11. And that is, again, this area that I didn't do any patrol. Oh, come on. They're going after the radar net, as you can see. There's 3 radar nets involved, and then a 110. The 1 and the 0, we have to look that up real quick. Give me a second. I'm trying to remember, is the second number the patchy clouds or the third number? That's what I'm trying to look up. So here we go. Clear weather, then patchy clouds, and then broken clouds. So patchy clouds is the middle one. Okay. So we determined that it's this. It's a strategic value 2. It's a radar net, which is a high priority target. I rolled a 4. Strategic value was 2. It's a major raid. Okay. So that part's resolved. Now we go up and do raid detection, which is up here. Let me zoom in a little for you. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll. I rolled a 2. Okay, it's a major raid, so 2 plus 3 is 5. That puts us there. Then it says add the target's observer core. Oh, here it tells you clear, patchy cloud, broken cloud. It tells you right there. So patchy cloud is a 1. So that moves us up to a 6. Then you can see we have 3 radar nets, and it's plus 2 for each. So that's 2, 4, 8. Yeah, I gotta be careful. So 8, 10, 12. That puts me here. I can't just move up this chart because there's some chart spots have 2 numbers on them. So I started to make a mistake there. And so that puts us on 12, which is sufficient and limited. Sufficient is going to be good enough for us because we don't have to be patrolling. Sufficient, as a reminder, is squadrons patrolling and in sector. If it was just patrolling, we would have been screwed because, quick reminder, I forgot to patrol here. I didn't forget, I deliberately decided not to. Okay, so we got everything in place. So do we have a poor intelligence? No, we have a limited though. So we do get to determine the raid size. So I'm going to do that right now. For a major raid, if Luftwaffe is at full strength, it is 8. So we get to know it's 8, and then limited has to deploy now. So the only ones that can intervene are the ones that are in this space, and I'm going to do all of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, we just bought a new guy for 4 victory points. So That gives us the 4th guy, and there's going to be 8 of them. So that's not good. And no, the patrollers from outside of the area do not get to intervene. I would have needed to have at least early warning, and I didn't get an early warning. All right, so let's back up some more and focus more on this. And now we reveal who's going to join us. And it is going to be 8. So it's going to go down to here. So let's start at the top. ME 109. And there's 1. HE 111. 2 ME 109s. And I need to make sure that they are a different letter. So we have an A, B, and C. An HE 111. A 109 on CP and a 109 on E. An HE 111. And as you can see, I grabbed a JU 88. There we go. All right. So as you can see here, we have 3 of them on hunt duty, and we sent 4. So I am going to be able to send at least 1 in with the bombers, which is something. And let's keep going. So yeah, we do hunter interception right now. So I'm going to send this guy in with the bombers. Now here's what's going to happen here is 2 of these are going to be able to, this guy's going to fly away with 1 of them. And here you can see, the squadrons are less than the group. So British selects 1 group in the BB per squadron. Move aside remaining groups in the BB plus 1 CE grouping for each bomber moved aside. All grouping in BB and CE not moved aside are intercepted. So these guys aren't involved in the battle. This is a little bit different than what we did before. And I apologize if I screwed this up on the previous day. I shouldn't have, but I think I might have in a few cases. No, I don't think I ever did. I think I always had enough fighters here to match their bombers. But in this case, these guys aren't even going to count towards the points. So when we do damage, these 2 are not taking damage because they're not intercepted. Only this one would be intercepted. But we're not quite there yet. So let's back up. We are on this one here. So we have 3 of our guys intercepted by 3 of theirs. And so now we draw an event card and deal with the approach event before we resolve the attack. So Lion, Channel Patrollers Hunt. If raid target is coastal or inland. I think what that means is this guy's going to move down to the hunt. Let's find out. And that, of course, is in the back of the book. Move all grouping from the channel patrol box to the hunt box. If there's no squadrons in the hunt box, move the channel patroller to close escort instead. It only occurs if the target is depth is coastal or inland. And I think the target depth is definitely coastal. It is. That's bad news for us. So it just made the battle even worse. So he comes down and joins the hunt. All right, so now we resolve this attack. And you can see here they have 4 groups instead of 3. And we add 3, 6, and 4 is 10. So let's go look at the combat results table. So now that we're at 4 and we go down to 10, we're only on row C, whereas if it was 3 at 10, it was row D. So you see it just made a big difference for them. Okay, and then we're gonna roll a die. I rolled a 2, which is not gonna be good. So a C at 2 is A and B are disrupted, and then C is aborted. So disrupt for them goes to in-flight, the abort goes to in-flight reduced. So A and B all go to in-flight, C goes reduced. And then this is where it gets bad for us, because you can see for us, it's a D, A, and an H. So for the squadron, a D can go to the bomb box, but it's reduced. The abort goes to the in-flight reduced, and an H is a heavy loss, -2 victory points. That's brutal. So this is a heavy loss, so we lose 2 victory points for that, and that plane is going to be out for a couple of rounds. What is it? D, A, and H. So A is disrupted, so we could bring it up here, and I will. And in doing so, we're going to suck in another bomber. And then this one is going to go, it's an A, so it goes here reduced, like so. So that's how I'm going to do that. I am going to send the disrupted one in at a reduced value just to suck in another bomber. Okay, so that's resolved. Now we do the target event. So time to dance is going to happen. Channel patrollers close escort. If the raid target is coastal, move all group from the channel patrol box to the close escort. Too late. So it's really funny how we got 2 events that impacted the same thing. There's nothing left in the channel patrol box. And yes, per the rules, this escort does not get involved. It flies away. So here we have 2 groups. So we have 2 groups, and then this is 2 plus 4 is 6, 12, 18. So here you can see there's 2 groups, and 18 puts us all the way down to H, which is very good. And I roll 4. So the 4 is an ALH. So let's check out and make sure. An A for a full group is to in-flight reduced, and then an L is a light loss, and an H is a heavy loss. So A is nothing, because there is no A here. The A is over there, so we didn't intercept the A. The L, so B becomes a light loss, which is awesome. That's 1 victory point for us. And then this one becomes an H, which is 2 victory points for us. So we just scored 1, 2, 3. We're down to -14. And so that's really good. Now, we're not out of the woods yet, though. We rolled a 4. So we have a blank and then a DD. So a disrupted for the bomber box. If we're a full squadron, we're disrupted, we go to in-flight reduced, in-flight reduced. So that's all that happens. So if we're B and C, we go to in-flight reduced, which is what happens here. And then this guy was already reduced, so he just goes back like he currently is. All right, so they do bomb, however. They're going to be able to bomb with a strength 5. And this can bomb with a strength 1. Excuse me, the ME-109. But the ME-109 contribute no strength towards strafing. Radar, city headquarters, or military base for radar. So see that? So they don't contribute strength when it's a radar. When it's it looks like it would have to be what, an airport. They can contribute to that. So anyways, we don't count the ME-109 strength. So they only have a strength 5 bomb, which is here. So let's roll. And I rolled a 4. So a strength 5, we go down to 4, it's 1 damage. And it is patchy clouds. So we shift 1 column to the left. So we go 1 column to the left and it's still 1 damage. So they got lucky. So 1 damage to the radar is -1 victory point. And light damage once again to that radar. So it got damaged again. And now everybody gets to go wee all the way home. So the ME-109s here that are at full strength are gonna go +3 on the clock. So we're at 0800 now, so they would end up on 10, 12, 014, not 014, just 1400. And then this one goes +4 on the clock, which is 1600. And then the British ones actually stay there until the end of the day. Then these get resolved. And then of course this one goes home now immediately, but it's going to be flipped over because the HE-111 did its bombing run for the day. And this one will go +3 because it's full strength. So it'll be at 1400 along with the other ones. Okay, so we get all the way to advancing the time 1 space. So time advances 1 space. Oh, sorry for the glare. Holy cow, that's a glare. How's that? Much better? So that goes up. Okay, now we do airfield operations. So yeah, these will get to land during airfield operations. So we advanced 1 space. So this is a little different than we've had before, and I'll just take it slowly. It also shows it here, by the way, after a 1-time advance. The rearm goes back to the sector, the land goes to the rearm, patrol goes to rearm. So remember, we went on patrol with these guys, and so 3/10 is in rearm. Okay, and then this one is 4/10. All of them are in rearm. And then 1/10, also in rearm. This is actually the worst case scenario. We wanted time to advance by 2. So by it only advancing once, all of our planes are off the board. So everything's in rearm here. And let's keep going. Full in-flight goes to rearm. So we have nobody that's full. All 3 of our people that are in flight are reduced. Let me put them up here. They're reduced, okay? So if they're reduced in flight, they land, flip to full. So 111 is on land, flip to full. All of these guys are 111. And so they're here on land on full side up. Okay? So we did have a heavy loss, so that guy never returned. But I don't know, we scored some points. So did we score more than we lost? 1. We scored 1 more than we lost. So, or no, we didn't. We're at -15, so we just netted out. Oh boy. Okay, so let me check the rules here. We get to do squadron patrol reassignments. Luftwaffe 3 is coming again, and we have not a single plane anywhere, if you'll notice. So we're screwed. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to patrol here and patrol there. Actually, I don't think he gets to, well, we'll try it. We're going to patrol with those 2. And this is that trick where I probably could even patrol at London and then use that to help. So, in fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take all of these and patrol London out of the hopes that maybe it goes to 111 and I can, I don't know. Let's look at that last card. We can cheat a little bit. So in range was 310 and 110. Nope, that's not the right one. I apologize. It's this one. Within range was 410 and 211. London was never in range. So going to London isn't necessarily going to help us. So I'm going to definitely put 210 on patrol. And I'm going to take him back off patrol. Yeah, let's see where this goes. So now we're going to phase 2, raids. So let's go see what our next target is. Yeovil 1/10, which is all the way up on the other end. They're going after the industry. It's a strategic value 2. This may not be a raid. It depends on what we roll, and you're going to see why in a second here. Okay, the industry is a low priority target, and it's a strategic value of 2. So unless I roll 6, oh, and I did, I rolled a 6, there was going to be no raid at all. It had to be a 6, because look, that's where the minor, and it's a minor raid. Not that that makes a difference for us, but, okay, well, with that said, oh yeah, normally we can, when we patrol, we can actually go patrol other areas. I forgot about that. I keep forgetting. It says that squadrons in 12 group can't help the 11 group, but the 11 group could have helped the 12. Well, in this case, let me just show you real quick. So we could have used this to patrol over here, because you can go one adjacent over and patrol. And we could have used all of these guys and patrolled there to help 111. Total brain fart on my part, because I forgot that rule the last time we played, and then I forgot it again today. But here's the good news for us, that even though we forgot, the bombing is way up here, and there was completely cleared out. There was nothing to go up there and patrol, so nothing is happening there. Okay, let's see if we detect it. I rolled a 4. Okay, so 4. And then the modifier is the, we are patchy clouds, so we add 2 to it, so that puts us to 6. So sorry for my arm, but the detection modifier goes there. And I need to find a way to not disrupt the, okay, so we're at 6, and then we have undamaged radar, and see it looks at radar 1 and 2. Neither of those are damaged, so 6 plus 4 is 10, so that puts us to 10. So we have a late warning, which means that even if we were patrolling near it, it doesn't matter, and the intelligence is accurate. So we have nobody to send, and as long as they send 1 bomber, we're screwed. But the intelligence is accurate. Let's just see what's happening. It's a minor raid, so 3 guys are coming, and then we come over to here, and there it is, 2 bombers and 1 fighter. So 2 DO-17s and an ME-110. So unfortunately for us, we're losing a victory point. So I just moved us to -16. And then let's put you guys, so you can see here. And I need to grab, okay, there's no DO-17s on the Luftwaffe 3, excuse me. So we have to use JU-88s. So I'm gonna grab 2 of those. And then an ME-110. All right, so since we have nobody to come out to play, this guy is gonna just go +3 on the track. And those 2 get the bomb unfettered, which means we're gonna move it 2 to the right. So you can see here their bomb values are 5 + 5 is 10. So we go to the bombing table, and we have a 10, and I'm going to roll a 4, and this is going to be a lot of damage. So 10 down to 4, and then we move to the right. It's 2 damage to the industry. I'm pretty sure that's -2 victory points, so I'm going to push us to -18, but let's check. Industry has all kinds of stuff that happens to it when it gets damaged, and I think it says it right here, so let's go ahead and look. Industry. Aircraft replacement points equal to the result are lost. Assign all loss to the aircraft type with the most points if possible. So we just took 4 points of loss, or no, 2 points of loss there. So the aircraft with the most points would be the Hurricane. So we just lost 2 Hurricane points. That hurts. Okay, so that was industry. That was a minor raid. That hurt. All right, so these bombers go back and they're flipped over to show that they've raided for the day. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. This is the approach. They have German altitude advantage, which would have not helped them. And then this is the target. All grouping in a bomber bomb the secondary target. Okay, so that that does change things. It's no longer the industry that got attacked. Instead, it was the radar net. So 2 damage to the radar net is different. So first thing we got to do is put the hurricane points back. And then 2 damage to radar net, I think, is a heavy damage marker. So let's find out. Nope, 1 or 2 points is a light damage marker. So another light damage, and we now have lost all of our awareness bonus because we have I think our radar system is crippled. Is it crippled? Let's find out. I think it might be. We definitely skipped the advanced warning step, that's for certain. Probably in the damage section. Okay, so here's interesting. If 2 or more radar systems are damaged in different regions, so we have Luftwaffe 3, Luftwaffe 2 South, Luftwaffe 2 East. If 2 or more are damaged in multiple regions, then you get a radar crippled. Since this is Luftwaffe 3, this is there's 2 of them in Luftwaffe 3, but none in Luftwaffe 2. We don't have a crippled situation. So here's my gripe number 2. It's a big freaking card. Can't they have just written that there on the card somewhere? I mean, it would have been just so nice to have it written right on the card so I don't have to look that up in the rules. It's just the little things. They just really, they mean a lot to me. Okay, so, but we don't get any situational awareness, or I'm sorry, an AW, because 2 are down, but it's okay, because look, this says no AW anyways. And it says time advance is 2. That's the important part. So we are now going to the air operational phase, and the time is going to advance by 2, as you can see, and all of these are going to come back out. And those are all ME 109s. They're now available again. So that's done. And then our guys are all going to be available as well. So this one goes back to 110 and 310, 410, and then this one's going to go back to 111. Now the one thing I need to check is we're in the airfield operation phase. We get to do a squadron patrol assignment. Okay, we just don't get an advanced warning, which is fine, but we can still see that Luftwaffe 3 is the next one. So I'm going to once again go into patrol with everything. I know that caused me to lose points last time, but the only way you're going to gain points is by patrolling. And I'm going to patrol with everything here as well. Let's just see how this plays out. All right, off we go. It's peanut butter raid time. Portsmouth, which is 111. Yes, good thing we went into patrol for that. And again, I could have, like with this one, moved to a patrol for an adjacent. Like I said, I'm not smart enough to know if that's the right thing to do or not. But anyways, 2, 3, and 4 are the 3 is down. So we only have 2 and 4 for the radar here. It's a strategic value 3. It's a port. A port is a high value. At a strategic value 3, I don't even need to roll. It's a major raid. So we know that off the bat. The OCV is going to be a 1. So let's go figure out the detection for this thing. So ooh, good, I rolled a 6. So it's a 6, and then it's a major raid that puts us to a 9. So we're there. So then OCV is 1, so we go to 10. And we only have 2 radar nets out of the 3, so that's going to add 4 more. So that puts us to 14, so we are at sufficient. So only the planes that are in the region are going to be able to intervene. And hey, on previous videos, I kept getting confused over sector. Each of these regions are sectors. The 12 that you see here is not a sector, it's the group. It's the 12th Air Group that covers this area. So I think on previous videos I was screwing that up, but no big deal. So we have a sufficient warning, which means only the planes in that sector or region get involved. And we have accurate intelligence, which means we get to see how many planes and what type are coming. So let's see how many. It's a major raid, so holy buckets, it's 13. And then, oh my gosh. So we got a lot coming here. So let's position you so you can see this. And I'm gonna put the card down like so you can see that. And so the first one's an ME 110. There's only 2 of those left. But it does come in and it goes there. And then a JU 88. And then an ME 109. And then a JU 88. A 109 on channel patrol. Another 109 and a 1010, or 1010, and a 110. An HE 111. And an ME 109. I need a B. Yep, I got a B. An HE 111. That's a JU. And then a 109 CP. And then a 110, which there isn't one, so we got to grab a 109 to substitute for the 110, and then a 109. So here's what's crazy, is all but one of the 109s are out. That is like a huge hunting group. So by intervening with this, I'm not even going to get to the bombers, potentially. But it is what it is, and that's a massive raid right there. Okay, so we now have to choose if we're getting involved, and of course we're going to get involved. So 1, I only have 3 fighters. That's awful, but and when the grouping outnumber the squadrons, they all stay in the HB. Now the fend and evade here, anytime you see that little diamond, that's an advanced rule. So we don't get to do fend or evade. Unless we're playing the advanced rules. So, This is bad. I don't think this is going to necessarily be a good outcome for us, but we're going to find out. Maybe I should have just let them do their raid and move on, because it's just a port. I'll just lose points and that's it. Okay, what's next? We determine this, which is exactly the way it is. Now we do the approach event. Radio confusion. If 5 or more squadrons are in the raid, move 1 full C squadron to the in-flight. Well, no, not happening. Would have been nice if something happened to them. So now we resolve this combat. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. And then 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of them. I don't even know if the chart goes up to 7. Yes, it does. 7 here, and it's 15 points. Look at that. It's only C. Although we did get to move up to C because of those ME-110s. So we're at C. And I think we're rooting for a 4, 5, or 6, it looks like. So let's see what we get. I got a 4, just so you can see there, 4. So a 4 is nothing, nothing, and then C takes a light loss. So there's a C here for 1 point, and a C here for 2 points. So 2 points for the good guys. So that puts us to minus 16. And then now we go to us at the 4. We have an AA and an L for C. We take a light loss for here for C. That goes on to 111 and the light loss bucket. So we lose a victory point for that. And then we had, what, 2 A's, I said? Yep, 2 aborts. Aborts should be bad for us. Yeah, they go to the in-flight reduced, so they don't even get to intercept the bombers. They just come over here reduced, and then all of these are going to be flying back home. So these go in the time slot of +3. I can do that now. I don't need to wait. We are at 1400, so 1, 2, 3 is the end of the day. So they don't actually go in the time box. They're all going to just go back flipped over. So these are all ME-109s with 1 ME-110. Now here's the other thing. If there's another raid from Luftwaffe 3, they're actually in trouble because they have no fighters left. But for now, though, it is what it is. And then these 2 channel patrols are going to do the same thing. Okay, so now they bomb us, which I guess I saved us from losing a victory point. But they're bombing us for 5, 10, 15, 20 points, which puts it all the way up here. I mean, this is just nasty across the board. And I'm going to roll a die. I rolled a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see here it's heavy damage. So they're hitting a port. There's no additional effects. And heavy damage is 3 victory points lost. So that's what's going to happen. And nothing we can really do about that. So we lose 3. We are now at minus 20. Which, oh, we just can't gain a break here. And these are the HE-111s. Oh, we forgot, before they bomb, we got to do this so that things might change. We have to do the target event. Big wing, if more than 1 squadron from 12 group is attacking, shift down 1 row for the squadron attack. That would have been awesome, except we're not the 12th group. And here you can see that there is no time advance. Yeah, so no time advance, but there is if it's depleted. So no LW, deplete 0. Yeah, no Luftwaffe depletion 0, with depletion it's 2. So we have a 0 situation, but it's not a raid again situation. So the 0 means we're going to go find another target, which the next target is Luftwaffe 2 South. So let's get that out. It's the radar net 6, which would cripple us, by the way. And it's on 611, which is where? .611 is this spot right here. They're going after Forness, which is this radar station. It's a strategic value of 2. And unless I roll 1, it's going to be a major raid. It's not a major, or it's definitely a major raid. And now we're going to go, let's do the radar, or the awareness thing. Okay, so let's roll. I rolled a 3. It's a major raid, which makes it a 6, so we're at least there. It's not a follow-up raid. The modifier is a 1, so that puts us to a 7. And then undamaged radars, 5 and 6 are undamaged, so that adds 4 more. That puts us to 11, so we're there again. So we got a sufficient and a limited. The sufficient is good enough, so we can at least intervene. We just won't be able to intervene from adjacent sectors. And then limited means we have to do it once we know the quantity. So first card drawn. The quantity is 9. That's all we're going to know. And yeah, I'm going to intervene with all my fighters. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's see what they're coming at us with. 9 of them puts us, there's definitely going to be a nice mix. So let me set you up again. ME 109. HE 111. ME 110. ME 109. HE 111. ME 109 CP. ME 109. We need a B. Find what was a B. DO 17. And an ME 109. Okay, so that's our lineup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in the hunt box. So that means their bombers are going to go untouched again. This is a little frustrating. These are even areas that are being bombed where I put in reinforcements to make us have extra fighters. And it's still not enough. Okay, so that's done. Now we're going to draw for the approach. Undetected hunters, if the intelligence rating is poor. It is not. It's limited. So nothing happens there. I don't know what that does, but I'm assuming that it adds more hunters to the mix. So now we resolve that, and you can see here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and then it's 4, 8, 12, 16, 18 points. So 5 of them, and we go down to 18 points. That does put us down to E. So the ME 110 actually helps us a little bit because they're sort of like a hybrid. They're a fighter, but they're also a bomber, so they're a little slow, easier to take out, I guess. So it drops us to row E, which is respectable. When we get down to G and H, that's when we really score our points. But let's roll and hope we get good. I rolled a 6, which I'm hoping is good. And what did I say? We were on E. So with a 6 is an ADL. And just to refresh our memory, an A is in-flight reduced, a D is in-flight, and of course an L is a light loss. So A in-flight reduced. And then a D is in-flight. I'm sorry, that's the B's here. These both go to in-flight. And there was only one C in the mix, and it goes to light loss. So we score only 1 victory point. We're up to 19. And then for us, we have a D, an L, and a nothing. So the D's for us goes to, we can go to the bomb box reduced. So was it D was for A, and then an L for B, and then a C is nothing. So these C's that are nothing can move up, like so. This one's a D, so it goes in reduced. And then this one is an A, so he can go in reduced. And so now we just made a fight. We just intercepted all 3 of their bombers. I like that. And I'm pretty dang sure yeah. And you can see that the dashes, it goes to the bomb box or in-flight. It's our choice. So we're choosing to go to the bomb box in all those cases because we intercepted those bombers, which is great. So now we have some really nice numbers here. There's 3 groups, 4, 8, 10, 15, 21, and 6 is 27. Now I think we're doing really great here. So we have 3 groups and we have 27, which puts us all the way down in the H category. So now let's roll some good numbers here. And I rolled a 6 again, so that might actually be really good. I said we were in, the H range. A 6 is an LHL. No one's getting out of this alive. The B's are heavy, and then the A's and C's are L. So, there are no B's, but we got 3 light losses, 1, 2, and 3. And that's 3 more points for us. 1, 2, 3. That puts us up to minus 16. And then for us, it's a D and a D. Disrupted on the bombing box means it just goes to the in-flight reduced, whether we were reduced or not. So that's for A and B only. So C goes in untouched, like that. All right, that was a great outcome. At least I hope you would agree. And then all of these, because we're out of time, there's not enough time on the day. These are all going back onto their bases, but at a reduced level. So those are the ME-109s, and this is the ME-110. I forgot to do the event. So the event is low-level bombers. Shift down 1 row for squadron attack. Shift 2 columns right for bombing. Oh my gosh. Shift down 1 row. We went to I, and look at this, H, H, H. So that's 3 heavy. Oh my gosh. So all 3 of these ended up becoming heavy losses for them. So that becomes 3 more victory points. 1, 2, 3. We're at minus 13. Sorry to make the camera shake. That was me banging the table. I'm clapping. And then for us, it actually flipped around. These 2 actually did get disrupted, so they are going to go on at reduced. But that's okay. That was an amazing thing, and that's why you have to always check your events. And by the way, if you forget your events, it's screwing you over twice because you got to get this time advanced too. So we are time advancing by 2, which means there will be another raid today. So here you can see we're going to go up to 1800. So these do come back out into the mix. And it's a Luftwaffe 2 South. Our radar did not take any damage, so we're not crippled yet. But we have to do the air phase. So we advanced by 2. Give me a second. I got to put more stuff back on the board. So here you can see we don't have anything on rearm or land, so I'm skipping those. The patrols go back to their sector, which I forgot to do last time. So let's do that now. And the 211 patrol goes back to their sector. The full in-flight goes to their sector. A reduced in-flight goes to rearm. Everything we had was reduced. So this 611 goes to rearm. 111 goes to rearm. And then here's 2 more 611s. And so we are getting Luftwaffe 2 South, which may or may not include 611. So, and we get to patrol. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to patrol with this one into Northampton. And I'm going to patrol 411, 511. And then this guy is going to patrol 411. And these two are also going to patrol 411. And the 511 is going to go up to patrol the 611. And with the 2 that I brought in, these ones are going to go up to the 511. And then this one's going to come over. I'm mixing it all up, baby. So I'm going to do that. And then these guys up here on 711 are going to patrol down here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to mix it up quite a bit. This guy here is patrolling his own area. And I screwed up somewhere because this is a 312. He was only supposed to be here, and then this one's only supposed to be there. I don't know how it got screwed up, but the numbers work out. It's just this guy was going there to to patrol that. And then actually I can go even more bunkers. We're going to come over from here and patrol there. And then these guys are going to patrol London. How about that? Yeah, that's what we can do. Let's go bonkers here. So, all right, I like that. I like Pizza Steve. Okay, so we're going to do Luftwaffe 2 South, and I'm at 57 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and end, and I will see you in 2 seconds. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome.